would like to go off record and say this. Not really off record because I'm not getting paid for it. So, but god dang, the Spurs, they really miss Kawhi Leonard. They miss the dude. It can show. Anyway, it's your man Urban Level coming from your mama's basement. Want to do a quick recap on the Spurs Lakers game, and then I want to talk a little bit about something else that popped up about ESPN, the pushing the narrative once again. Anyway, the Lakers played the San Antonio Spurs. They actually sweep the Spurs. And I keep telling fans over and over again, fans, and that's only because Magic Johnson keeps saying that, we're going to try and make enough money in order to sign 2 top superstars, or just 2 superstars. That's the reason why I said before, and I said over again, that's why Magic Johnson and the front office need to be silent. They shouldn't be telling the fan base, this is what we're going to do, because now if it doesn't happen, the fan base, majority of the fan base, not all, but majority of the fan base is going to be frustrated because this is what Magic Johnson promised them that they're going to get. And because of that, the way Julius Randle is playing, we might just lose out on Julius Randle if we do strike and get 2 superstar players. Now, if we get 1 superstar player, we have enough money to sign Julius Randle. But if not, we're going to lose out on him. But anyway, the Lakers played the Spurs in the second game in a row. Julius Randle didn't have a good game. Not a good game. I'm not going to say that. Because I said in my last video, the reason why Julius Randle game has kind of like dropped scoring wise, because they're using him more as a point forward. He's actually doing more passing than actually attacking the basket. And he, like I said, if you look at it, Julius Randle, another one that could have a lot of hockey assists as well. He was passing the ball more constantly. He had 5 assists. He went 6 for 14. If you notice, he didn't go through the free throw line. That's because he wasn't attacking the basket as much. He was actually playing through the flow of the offense. He had 12 points. Now, like I said before, the Spurs right now are not looking that good. They were at one point in time out of the playoff. They were like number 9. Then they moved back up to like number 5. But they're hovering, and if a couple losses could actually mathematically, I believe, put them out of the playoff. It depends, because I think the Nuggets and them are like right there, but I don't know what's the series between them and the Nuggets, so I don't know, but I haven't really followed the Spurs too much. But anyway, the Lakers, they played some good freaking basketball. And I keep telling fans, if we can get this from these guys on a consistent basis every freaking game, the Lakers would have been in the playoff. I know of the injuries. I understand that. That's another thing that played a big factor of us losing a lot of games. A lot of players were constantly injured. Then we had the KCP situation. Then we had the 9-game layoff. Everybody decided to leave the workers line and got the EBT card and went down to the grocery store and decided to sit in the chair like we fans do and grew stomachs for 9 games. But anyway, Randle, didn't really have a good game because he was doing more passing and actually looking to generate offense. The big note, which we already know, is Kuzma. I've been telling you guys over and over again. I've been telling y'all how comfortable he's starting to get in that small forward spot. I've been saying this since the beginning of the freaking season. You have fans talking about, Urban, he's bad on defense. Listen, we know he's not that good on defense, but he played defense once in a while. He plays, listen, at the small forward spot, he can get away with it a little bit because the guys he playing, 9 times out of 10, they can't play him. I mean, besides that game where he was mic'd up and he said the young dude couldn't play him and he scored 13 points. But he's getting more and more comfortable at that small forward spot. And I'm saying if the Lakers do not land a big name free agent, which I really at this point don't care. I mean, some fans do, but I don't care. Like I said, we could put Brandon Ingram at the 2 and run Lonzo Ball at that point. I've been saying this over and over again. If the Lakers would have actually did that this year, I'm telling you guys, they would have won. They would be right now in the playoff hunt right now. They would probably be like right there hovering between 8 and 9. And a lot of people might say something different, but that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Like I said, I know Luke Walton with his stubborn rotation and his time management, but I think at the course of the time, Luke Walton is going to start to understand a little bit better, only because now, if he stay away from that second unit, first unit bull crap and just have like a 4-man rotation and bring somebody in when they're tired and all that, no more than 4 men. If you notice, when the Lakers go 4-man rotation, we play good. Now I know we were 2-8. Well, I'll say 3-9. Since in the past games, but that's cool. The thing is, at the end of the day, is that you got to let these guys play. You got to let them develop. so you can see what you got going into the next season. But anyway, Brook Lopez didn't really do too good. He only had 4 rebounds, 1 block, 9 points. He went 0 for 3 behind the arc. Caldwell Pope, another good game. He had 28 the previous game against the Jazz. He comes out and had 21 points this game. 7 for 9, 2 for 2 behind the 3-point arc. Attacking the basketball. That's what I've been looking for in Caldwell Pope. And that's what I've been saying. And everybody keep talking about, no, they take these shots, this or that. No, that's Lew Walton's system, because Lew Walton's system is that if you open, take the shot. But if the shot not falling, and it's not Lew Walton saying this, but it's me saying, but if the shot not falling, what is the next step? Attack the freaking basket. Get the M1s and stuff like that. That's why he went 5-5 behind the free throw. Brook Lopez did had 3 for 3 behind the 3-point free throw. Kyle Kuzma 3 for 4. I'm gonna talk about Kuzma in a second. Shannon Fry. I stated before and I stated again. I always like dude game. I like this game, but at one point in time, I was saying to myself, like, why don't they let Thomas Bryant get his rep if they're not looking to re-sign Shannon Fry? Now, out of Isaiah Thomas and Shannon Fry, this is just me talking, I would definitely re-sign Shannon Fry, because he'd be a nice addition coming off that bench when needed. Don't mean that he got to play every game, but he'd be a nice addition coming off that bench because he can bang the 3. He might not be that good inside the paint, but Shannon Fry, when it comes to knocking down those 3 balls, he is good. The dude dropped 19 points on the Spurs. And like I said before, when you're moving the ball and you're playing, you're having fun basketball, this is when the Lakers at their best. Listen, they had what? Julius Randle had 5 assists. KCP had 6 assists. Alex Caruso had 3, not too many. He only played 19 minutes though. Tyler Enos. Now we've been beating this dude up for I don't know how long. The dude actually had a solid game, 2 back-to-back solid games. He was 4 for 9 behind a 4 for 9 field goal, I'm sorry. 3-pointers, he was 2 for 4. He had 7 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Only 1 turnover. Playing a little bit more under control. Not looking for his shots, but, getting more people involved, which makes sense. They were passing the ball. They're looking good. Even Zubac got into the passing. Zubac had 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 points, played 29 minutes. Was catching a lot of catching a lot of oops. So he looked at lobs, so he looked at good as well. But the Spurs, you could tell, man, they're like, I don't know. I always gave Greg Popovich the benefit of the doubt. And to this day, I still say he's still a good freaking coach. But they really need Leonard. It shows they need Leonard. A lot of them guys are old. Paul Gasol is like on his last leg. You can see it, man. And the Spurs need to go ahead and just basically just start. I think they should start over, man. Really just go ahead and just hit the draft up and start, bringing in some fresh legs, some younger guys, man, to help that team get back to where they were. Because you can see they're on the decline big time. A lot of them guys are old and like I said, they're beat up. But anyway, Kuzma, you already know the deal, man. I just noticed they brought Ware back. He didn't play though, but he was there on the bench. Travis Ware, but he was there. But it's going to be hard for him to get some playing time down there. Fry's there, and he's knocking down shots. But anyway, Kuzma, like I said before, the man of the hour, man. And I said he needed to play the small forward spot because at the small forward spot, everybody keeps saying that he can't play defense. But what a lot of fans fail to realize is this. Who's going to stop him? The only one can stop Kuzma is Kuzma. Kuzma been had the green light. There's no plays that Lew Walton called for Kuzma. Kuzma take the initiative upon himself to take shots. At the beginning of the season, they weren't looking for Kuzma to take shots. The summer league was like his opportunity to broadcast, not broadcast, but showcase his skill set. And then the season came, they allowed him to take shots and they gave him the green light. The only thing about it is that, like I said before, they didn't give him no plays. Everything Kuzma did was all on Kuzma. But anyway, Kuzma scored 6 points in overtime. The Lakers went overtime with the Spurs. And they dominated, man. And they were basically hanging around, man. They were going back and forth through the whole game. But when that overtime came, Spurs had no answer, man. They were tired. They had no answer. So, anyway, I'm going to get with the stats real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and rock and roll, and then I'm going to talk about Kawhi Leonard. And I want your guys' opinion. And I really want to hit this, but I'm going to get to the stats real quick. All right. So, field goal percentage. They shot 43%. We shot 54%. 3-point percentage. They shot 39%, 9 for 23. We shot 54%, 13 for 24. Free throws made, They shot 70%. We shot 83%. We only missed 3. Now, total rebounds, they edged us by 1. They had 53 to our 52. Offensive board, they had 15 to our 4. So they had a lot of second chances, but they didn't capitalize on none of it. Defensive round, they had 31 to our 40 defensive rebounds. The hustle man points, they had 25 assists. And remember, Spurs are known for a pass-friendly team. But the Lakers had their number today, baby. I'm tired, and I'm still going to knock it out for you guys. We had 32 assists. Steals, they had 7 to our 4. Blocks, they had 5 to our 4. Total turnovers, they had 10 to our 14. So the Lakers played pretty good. They played under control, and they took advantage of the opportunities that they were given to them, and they ran with it. Fast break points. The Lakers, as you noticed lately, they haven't really been doing a lot of fast breaking. They basically been doing half-court sets. And this was when the Lakers get in trouble, because when they do half-court sets, they give the defense enough time to set up and play their defense. But when they're fast break, remember the Lakers are ranked number 2 in fast break points. Number 1 in the paint. The Lakers go coast to coast. They're attacking the paint when they're running. The Lakers are a younger team. Spurs are an older team. The Lakers ran them. That's why when they got in overtime, usually you would think that the veteran, experienced team would beat a younger team in overtime. But because this is towards the end of the season, you can see the Spurs are tired. This is the main reason why Greg Popovich used to rest his players towards the end of the season to get them ready and prepared for the playoff. But now, because of the new system, everything changed, that if you rush your players, you will be fine and all that. He can't rest his players. These players are tired. You can see it. And the Lakers just ran them off the court. Points in the paint. They had 44 to our 58. Like I said, fast break points, they had 9 to our 21, which looked good. So this was under the bigger things that really helped the Lakers, propel them to beat the Spurs. Now, I want to ask you fans this, and I'm going to let this go, but I want to throw it out there real quick. ESPN said that the Lakers should make a trade for Kawhi Leonard. Me personally, this is my opinion, and I want to know your opinion. I wouldn't trade for Kawhi Leonard. And the only reason why I wouldn't trade for him, because he's going to be a free agent in 2019. Right now, they're having a little problem within the San Antonio Spurs organization with Leonard and the front office, and then with Greg Popovich. The players are questioning about Leonard's injury. Leonard, they said that he was ready to go, but then Leonard said, no, I'm not ready to go because I still feel pain. Me personally, let's look at a lot of players who came back, thought they were healed, and they still were injured. We can use Brandon Ingram, for example. Even though it was a concussion that he got, but you can see that he's still limping. You could just lose any player in the league in the last 10 years. You can use them, and you can see that when things are not right with them, their body, they know their body better than the person that's looking at them. Just because they think that the doctor said he's clear to play, that doesn't mean that he's 100%. Matter of fact, Isaiah Thomas, prime example, came back early. Look at him now, the hip situation, and this could probably hinder him in getting a nice big size contract, because he might have a problem with that hip. So he finally decided. Matter of fact, he didn't go. No, I'm sorry. Isaiah Thomas never did surgery. This time he's doing surgery. So let me take that back, because I forgot he didn't do surgery. But like I said, there are other players in the league that came back too early and they went back out. Grant Hill for one. There we go. Grant Hill for one. And he decided on his third situation with his I think it was ankle or something like that. On his third one, then he decided, like, you know what, let me go get this chip. That chip, I think it was like a chip spur or something like that within his ankle. I can't remember. It's been so long. I'm old, and my eyes and my ears and everything start to fall apart. But anyway, me personally, I will not go after Kawhi Leonard. I will not make the trade, because if you make the trade, the only thing that the only thing the Spurs going to want, they're going to want either Brandon Ingram, they're going to probably want Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and probably Julius Randle, and a draft pick, all for Kawhi Leonard. Or it's going to be at least 3 players in the draft pick. That's too much you giving up for one player. I know fans some fans like, you go ahead and make the trade. ESPN, they'll say make the trade, because why? You put Leonard in a in a bigger market, because San Antonio Spurs are not a big market. But I think that's kind of crazy. Me personally, like I said, I would wait to 2019. I wouldn't make the move to trade him. I don't know what you guys think, but I like to know what you guys think. I will not give up none of the young players for Leonard. Only reason why, like I said, 2019, there's players coming. There going to be a lot of free agents. And also, this year right here, we still got a couple free agents. Because remember, even though we talk a lot about PG-13 and LeBron James, keep in mind, Kevin Durant is a free agent too at the end of the year. I think he only signed a 1-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. So you have a lot of options on the table. The Lakers, to me, and I say it over and over again, They don't really need no superstars. I know some fans want to hear that, like, yeah, get the superstar. They don't really need no superstar. All they need is Luke Walton to run a system that can benefit the player's strength against their weakness. Learn better time management, better rotation, and then the players just got to believe in themselves that they can win these games. And as long as they work on their free throws, this offseason, some guys work on their jump shots, the Lakers will be a dominant force to reckon with in the years to come because they're all young. That's why I say I will not go after this PG-13. Well, I ain't really around with PG-13. PG-13, if you notice in the last couple games, he been off, but I'm not even going to get into that because everybody's saying that it's because he played with Westbrook. And it could be true. Reason why I say that, and I can be in agreement with other people. The reason why is because if you look at Oladipo and Harden and KD, all these guys left and went somewhere else and had been pretty good since they left. But Oladipo, let's be honest with you, he had a subpar game in Orlando as well. He finally get a team where he can run and call his own is when he started to flourish. So I'm not going to put so much on Westbrook based on the fact with Oladipo. Now with Harden, that's a different story only because he was still young. He was coming off the bench. And at the end of the day, you had KD and Westbrook. So I'm not going to say that Westbrook was all the reason why Harden didn't play good because you had KD as well. KD and Westbrook were taking up the majority of the shots, so there wasn't that many left for Harden. And I think Harden's still averaging like 13, 14 points coming off the bench. You know what I mean? And you can't say Reggie Jackson. I mean, Reggie Jackson is like, he's a shadow of himself down in Detroit because the whole point of Detroit getting him because they thought he was going to be pretty decent. And the first season he was all right, but then after that, he's a shadow himself. He had up and down games, but it is what it is. But anyway, me personally, right now, like I said, going back to what I said before, I will not make the move to trade for Kawhi Leonard. Instead, I'll wait to 2019 and go from there. There's no guarantee that Kawhi Leonard is going to sign a long-term contract with any other team. He might just test the market in 2019 because he already said that he's not going to be like Tim Duncan. He wants the max contract. With that being said, it's your man Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell them what you think. The Lakers, like I said, going forward, I like to see the young players develop. But also at the same time, I do not want to see the Lakers make crazy moves in order to please certain fans just to bring in the likes of Leonard and anybody else if you got to let go a whole bunch of young players. Right now, we see stardom in a lot of these players. I've been telling people over and over again, 3 out of the 4 players are all-stars. No, I'm sorry. 4 of the Laker players are all-stars. 3 out of the 4 players are superstars in the making. Yes, I'm going to say it. Superstars in the making. If Julius Randle get that jumper down and start knocking on them shots and work on that right hand, he will be a dominant force. Kuzma, he's still young, still learning the NBA, developing real nicely. Once he get to learn, really get comfortable with it, play better defense, he will be a superstar. Brandon Ingram, enough said, you already know. Lonzo Ball, once he get that shot down, he will be a superstar. I'm telling you, the Lakers got a young squad that will be a dynasty if Magic Johnson don't blow the whistle on this squad. If you want to bring in a veteran player, a superstar veteran player, that's cool. You don't need 2 max contract. Luol Deng contract is almost over. I think we got 2 more years with him. So you might as well just go ahead and just get one superstar player, probably PG-13 if he still want to come. If you want to go after DeMarcus Cousins, I will go after him based on the fact of his injury. You might can get him for cheap because of his injury. So think about that. I know a lot of fans say I wouldn't go after him, but let's see how the summer takes its course and see what DeMarcus Cousins can do as he, rehab for the injury when he come back. But I would definitely make that move for him as well. But I will give him a little bit of money. That way you can still sign Julius Randle. Because only one that's going to give him that type of money is probably the Pelicans. But based on his injury, we don't know. They might give him a lesser amount as well. But anyway, this video is getting too long. I love you guys. You have a blessed one. Be safe. And as always, it's your man, Urban Lover, reporting from your mama's basement.